Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back in this second online interactive session of today's class. We have gone this class, which is this class. We have gone through the base class. Let the other students join. Okay, thank you very much. So now we are in a better position to move ahead, but I want some of experimentation, some of the experiments with this class. And we were here that I had added one line here so that I know whenever I create an instance, I want to know what's happening inside the class. So from our previous discussion, it should display 3 as well as it initialize array with 0, 0 and z. It should display like this. Okay, so it should display like this. So I just compile it because it is a comment, it will not compile. Okay, just run it. Now I call my triangle. My triangle is equal to polygon. Sorry, just executing this line. So I just execute it. Okay, so it say the polygon is not defined. There is an error. Okay, so I have made one mistake. I have mistyped here. So it should be polygon, Polygon. So I have to again run this. So as expected, when I execute this line, so when I execute this line, it creates an instance of polygon class with the parameter 3, and inside this polygon I have written a statement print number of sides. So number of sides are 3 and the sides are initial value with 0, 0 and 0. Okay, then I go again and add one line here as well. Print the sides. I want to print this again so that I know that what is now the primarily inside that array. Okay, sides is now equal to self sides. So whenever I call this input sides now, then it asks me to enter the input numbers, and after that it will display what it will display. It will display the value what is inside the array which we have initialized earlier, जो पहले हम इनिशियलाइज कर चुके हैं अरे में, जिसकी इस वक्त वैल्यू 000। ठीक है, मैंने इसमें या कुछ चेंज किया है ना, देन आई हैव टू कंपाइल इट एज वेल। तो उसका तरीका ये, आई हैव टू रन दिस अगेन। सो आई रन दिस अगेन एंड देन आई अगेन रन दिस, then I write another line here. I add another line here that in my triangle, जो कि अभी मैंने एक इंस्टेंस बनाया है, डॉट इनपुट, ये जो इनपुट साइड्स है इसको मैं एक्सेस करना चाहता हूँ। ओके, So input sides. Just this. Just I run this. As I know, it will ask me to enter input. I write 10, 20, whatever value I want to enter here, 10, 30. Okay, now you can see after entering the values, it actually execute this line and it prints that sides are now the array sides now have this values inside. Remember, initially this value is 0. यहाँ देखिए ऊपर, ठीक है? Let me take the annotations, and as you can see here, initially the sides, it has value 0, 0 and 0. And after I entered the values, now the value become 10, 20, 30, because it is float, so it is showing the decimal point as well. Okay, the data type is float. Here the data type is not float, it is the initial data type. We can force it, but not at this point in time. So we are about to finish this session as well. Let me quickly recap. In this class, we have created primarily a print a line, some learning के लिए. अब हम इसको comment कर सकते हैं. There is no need of it. We already know what is going on. And then there is also one class which we can access to display. Okay. तो इसमें तो print पहले से ही मौजूद है. We do not need to do anything. हमने इसको compile कर लिया. इसकी compilation चाहे अभी हम नहीं करना चाह रहे तो we can okay compile it. It will ask 2, 3, 4, and we can add another line here. My triangle dot display sides. तो इसको मैं जब एग्जीक्यूट करूंगा तो it will display 2, 3 and 4, okay, by executing this function. Okay, side 1 is 2, side 2 is 3, side 3 is 4. Okay, this ends our first part and playing with this class polygon. I'm sure you should know familiar how we can actually code and how we can actually learn these things all together. Now moving ahead, because the next step is deal with the inheritance. So now we have another class. Okay, so what we have earlier is the base class. Base. Now we have a derived class. Derived class, a class triangle, and it is primarily taking the parameter as polygon. Okay, so polygon is the parameter which shows that this is primarily a class which is derived from the base class polygon. Okay, derived. ठीक है, जैसे हमने पढ़ा था ना, there is a person class and then there is a student class. So a polygon, a special polygon is called triangle. So we created a polygon. So default function, and then we have a find area function. Okay, find area function contain primarily the value sides assigned to A, B, and C, and then two formulas which calculate the area and then it print the area. This is a general formula for calculation of the area of a polygon. And in this, only this thing is new to us, how it is going. Okay. So what it does, it primarily in the default function, it primarily takes all the methods which are defined here inside. तो इससे फायदा क्या होगा? इससे फायदा ये होगा कि अब हमें we do not need to define anything. हमें कुछ भी define नहीं करना. We just need to use what we have already defined here. जो भी हमारे पास यहाँ ऊपर defined है वो हमें यहाँ खुद ब खुद मिल जाएगा. So that means we are primarily calling a class and class's default function with a parameter. What is the parameter? 3, which we, अगर आपको याद हो तो अभी थोड़ी देर पहले हमने इसको इस तरीके से कॉल किया. No, we are calling in a different way. पहले हमने इंस्टेंस बनाया था. Now we are making another class, triangle class. Okay. The rest of the things are easy. थोड़ी देर के लिए assume किया it is given to you because we are not primarily interested to learn the coding, but we are interested here to learn the concept. The concept is that we have a polygon class, a polygon, and similarly we have a class which we have derived from here is a triangle class. And what is the things which are special? The things which are special are that this triangle primarily class inherits the data and the members from the base class. Okay, so this is the base class. I write B here, and this is the derived class. I write D here. Okay, so now you can understand better that how these two classes are linked together. This is the same the information which we have encountered in our previous slide. Now making this complete, this is the last slide of today's session before we go to the demonstration of the final code. As you can see, here we have the base class, polygon, and here we have the triangle class. If we use the base class, we can write code like this, that my polygon is a polygon with side 3. I can write 4 as well. If I am not I am interested in a polygon of side 4, for example. And then I ask the input, take the input and display it. It does not calculate anything. Just take the input and keep the data inside. Then triangle, when I am using the triangle, I just write the instance, my polygon 3, poly 3 is a triangle. No, it is a derived class. And it inherits the input sides member function, which is primarily defined in the polygon class. It is defined here. Similarly, my instance and inside the instance, I have a display sides, and which is primarily defined in the base class. Similarly, find area is defined in the triangle. This one, okay, defined here. So when this information executes, okay, when this information primarily executes, what it does, it primarily asks to enter the values, display it, and then calculate the area of the triangle. That's it. This concludes today's section. However, इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट कि हम इसको जो है लास्ट जो हमारी है इसको हम एक दफ़ा ज़रूर देखें. सो आई गो टू द कोड नंबर 3 which I have created for you guys. So as you can see here, I have a class polygon, I have a class triangle, which is nothing but a derived class from the base class polygon. Similarly, I can create another class which is a derived class of triangle. And what I did, I primarily import all the functions, link all the functions from derived and base class over here. Then I just call it, my polygon 3 is a triangle, and I call the function from the base class, I call the function from the base class, and finally I call the function from the derived class, which is pretty much easy. Let me run it. So I start running from the line number 1, line number 2 executed, line number 3 executed. Now I am in the line number 4. When I execute the line number 4, it creates the instance and then asks for the input. I just take any value like 5, like 10 for example, and let's say 20 for example, and it says that it is not possible because triangle cannot be created in this way. Okay, so let me rerun it. Okay, triangle has to have some relationship between. So I write 6, I write 7, and I write 8. Okay, now it is primarily a triangle, and we can calculate the area of the triangle. So 20.33. Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, I want to primarily not interested in triangle primarily, but I am interested in rectangle, for example. Okay, so I just copy this. How can I copy? Sometimes it is not easy to do things. Okay, I copy here. I write it a rectangle primarily, rectangle. Okay. I know rectangle has 4 sides. Okay, rectangle has 4 sides. Okay. So just run it. And now I want to create my rectangle. Okay, my rectangle is equal to rectangle. I know this is the rectangle, and I know it is primarily a side 2. Okay. So just I can execute it. No, I know it is a derived class. So my rectangle has the input side, input sides. So ask the input sides. Okay, it should ask 4 input sides, and because the rectangle has 4 inputs. Remember, हमने यहाँ change कर दिया. Now it is rectangle. Okay, so I want it should display my rectangle dot display disp sides. Why I'm typing here? Because I know that there is a function which is named input sides, and there is a function which says display the sides. Okay, and similarly here find area, because there is 4, I have to write a d here. Okay, I have to write d here. Okay, so I have to just add d here, and similarly I have to multiply, because I have to use the formula which is s minus d. Okay, So this is, I have made the changes in the formula, and I now want to calculate the my rectangle dot find area. Okay, so I have to, because I have made changes, so I have to run this, and then I have to run this. It at side 1, let's say I write 10 here, I write 12 here, the rectangle, because I know that rectangle has sides equal, but I am primarily, what I have created is rhombus. Rhombus means a side, a shape with 4 sides. Okay, so I can take even 10 or 12 to make it a rectangle, but I can also take different primarily length of the sides. So as you can see, it works on the rectangle as well. Okay. So you guys can create a class pentagon, for example, for your actual learning. Okay. And similarly, you can create a class, for example, hexagon. Okay. So if I go quickly to this primarily paintbrush, and what we are doing here, we are primarily having a base class polygon, and then we are having a class which is primarily a triangle. So if I can see triangle there, no, there is no triangle. So okay, there is. Okay, so this is the triangle. So I write here triangle, and then I have a rectangle. It look like a rectangle, maybe. So a rectangle class, and similarly, for some conscious about it, and then the pentagon. The pentagon is here. Okay, so it is my pentagon. So what's a pentagon? So I linked actually to this class, to this one, this class to this class to this class, and similarly this class to this. So I have a base class, and I have a number of derived classes. Number of derived classes. Although they are the classes in itself, वो खुद भी classes हैं, but and similarly I want to actually write here that this the input is belongs to here. Okay, input primarily belongs to here. Similarly, it primarily display belongs to here, and calculation of area is here. Okay, similarly, area is also calculated here as well. Okay. So area is calculated here as well. Area is calculated. I have to learn these things as well. Okay. Okay, so we learn the inheritance today, as well as the encapsulation, the basic principles in object oriented programming. यहाँ पे मैं चाहूँगा कि if students have any question, they can ask now. This will end our session in few minutes. जी आपका कोई सवाल है? अलीजा कुछ सवाल करना चाह रहे हैं आप? ओके, बाजी काशिफ, आप कुछ सवाल करना चाह रहे हैं?
नो सर।
आपको समझ में आ रही है जो आज हमने पढ़ा है?
यस सर।
ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच। इब्रार, आप बेटा कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
नो सर।
ओके, खालिद, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
नो सर।
जी समी, आप कुछ बताना चाह रहे हैं हमें?
नो सर।
ओके, निमरा, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
नो सर।
उमैमा, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
नो सर।
जी उमैमा, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
नो सर।
ओके, थैंक यू। एंड देन वी हैव शाजिर शाह, बेटा आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
सर ये पूछना था, आप पहले आवाज आ रही है आपको?
जी बिल्कुल, आवाज़ क्लियर आ रही है।
सर आपसे ये पूछना था कि जब हम ये प्रोग्रामिंग कर रहे होंगे तो ड्राइव ड्राइव पर ही जो प्रोग्रामिंग है वो डायरेक्ट कर सकते हैं या बेस वाली पहले लिखनी पड़ेगी?
बेटा अगर तो ऑनलाइन क्लास, ऑनलाइन एग्जाम होते हैं ना, तो फिर तो आपके लिए आसान है, आप आसानी से प्रोग्राम को एग्जीक्यूट करके उसका आउटपुट देख सकते हैं। थोड़ा सा प्रोग्रामिंग डिफ़िकल्ट भी फिर आपको दे सकते हैं, प्रोग्राम दे दें और आपसे कहें कि इसका आउटपुट बना के दिखाएं। लेकिन अगर आपके ऑनलाइन नहीं है और आपको आके बताना पड़ता है, तो फिर उस सूरत में आपको जो है वो थोड़ा इजी सवालात देंगे ताकि आप आसानी से कर सकें ना। इम्तिहान प्रोग्रामिंग का नहीं है, यहाँ इम्तिहान जो है ना वो कंसेप्ट्स का है, और कंसेप्ट्स को आप किस तरीके से इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं, क्योंकि चीज़ वही है, प्रोग्रामिंग वही है, और ज़्यादा कंसेप्ट तो है नहीं ना, बस ये दो बेसिक प्रिंसिपल्स हैं। इसके बाद हम जो है वो आगे इनके कुछ थोड़ी सी चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जो हम सीखेंगे कि कैसे हम यूज़ करते हैं, और फिर हम एक ग्राफिकल यूज़र इंटरफेस बनाना सीखेंगे। तो आप एग्ज़ाम के बारे में बिल्कुल फिक्रमंद ना, वो जो हमारा कोर्स आउटलाइन उसी से लिंक होंगी सारी चीज़ें। ओके, वलीद कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं बेटा?
नो सर।
ओके, थैंक यू। तो मैं आप लोगों से एक गुजारिश होगी, वो ये कि आप लोग जो है, मैं एक मिनट ये सेव कर लूँ ताकि ये चीज़ें बाद में फिर काम आती हैं। थोड़ा सा मैं इनको सेव करना चाहूँगा। ओके, सेव कर लिया है हमने, और ये प्रोग्राम्स जो हैं ये भी मैं सेव कर लूँगा आपके फोल्डर्स में, ताकि ये प्रोग्राम जो है ये भी आपको इंशाल्लाह एक्सेसिबल होंगे। अच्छा, आपसे जो बात करनी थी वो ये थी कि यूट्यूब का हमारा एक चैनल है, और उस चैनल के ऊपर सारी चीज़ें जो हैं वो अवेलेबल हैं, ठीक है। अभी ये भी थोड़ी देर में ये भी अवेलेबल हो जाएंगे जो अभी हमने ये बनाए हैं। तो उसका जो चैनल का एड्रेस है वो ये है, ये मैं दोबारा शेयर कर देता हूँ लिंक पे, कि ऑल वीडियोस विल बी अवेलेबल ऑन दिस प्लेलिस्ट। तो आप जब भी इसको एक्सेस करना चाहें further I will create one shared folder for you guys, ताकि जो है आप लोग जो है उससे जितनी भी जो अब तक हमने स्लाइड्स बनाई हैं उनसे गो थ्रू हुए हैं वो भी आपको एक्सेसिबल हो। लेकिन आप एक चीज़ देखिए कि इन वीडियोस के अंदर वो सारी चीज़ें मौजूद हैं कि आप बहुत आसानी से जो क्या कहते हैं कोडिंग को देख सकते हैं, कंसेप्ट्स को देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह वो चल रहे हैं, और इंशाल्लाह कोई इसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए। मेरी जो आप लोगों से वो होगी कि आप जो कि आपके क्लासमेट्स हैं उनको आप बताएं कि दे शुड बी प्राइमरली नो प्रेजेंट इन द योर क्लासेस, ताकि क्लासेस जो है ना उनके अंदर भी आपकी प्रेजेंस जो है वो नज़र आए। ठीक है, ऐसा ना हो कि एंड में जाके भी कोई दुश्वारी। रजिस्ट्रेशन के इश्यूज आई एम श्योर के तमाम के साल हो चुके होंगे, अगर नहीं हुए तो मुझे आप अपने व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज कर दीजिए, ग्रुप में मैसेज कर दीजिए। कोई भी सवाल हो उसके बारे में आप ज़रूर मुझे बताइए ताकि आपकी थोड़ी हेल्प कर सके। थोड़ा लेट ज़रूर हो जाती है, थोड़ा सा टाइम ज़रूर लग जाता है, बट इट इज़ नॉट कि हम जो है वो इस चीज़ को इग्नोर किए जा रहे हैं। वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट, बट समटाइम्स it takes more time to resolve a problem primarily। ठीक है जी, कोई लास्ट में कोई चीज़ आप बोलना चाहें या बताना चाहें?
सर कुछ इश्यूज हैं जिन पे बात करनी है, तो अभी हो सकती है या फिर लेटर?
ओके, मैं अगर आप चाहें तो मैं रिकॉर्डिंग स्टॉप कर दूं?
जी सर, कर